What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to On the Sticks, where we provide you with the information you need so you can spend more time on the sticks. I'm Sticks, and today we'll be going over the first big patch update details for Outriders. So let's jump right in. So we finally got our first big detailed dump of the first big update patch-wise for Outriders, you know. After a rocky launch with a lot of server problems and a lot of other stuff going on, the devs finally dropped some details about what they've been working on, what they're getting ready to change, and what they're trying to fix. So, you know, at first, it's just general things they posted over on Reddit. I have the full link down below so you can check out the full update patch notes for yourselves. First, they got things like, you know, simple stuff, crossplay. Trying to fix that. Crossplay across platforms will become viable again. You know, improve stability, fix crashes, and for PC specific things, you know, fix the issues with performance, where the GPU is not being fully utilized. And I think that would help with the stuttering and stuff like that a lot of PC players are having. But you know, nothing too crazy there. You know, things we all are dealing with, especially if you're trying to play with your friends on different platforms. Me playing on PS5, I have a lot of friends playing on Xbox, with it being on Game Pass. So we do have a lot of problems when we're trying to connect to each other, and them taking a long time to load in, and their game lagging out and freezing up, and them not being able to move once they do load into certain areas. So hopefully this right here can alleviate some of the problems they're having right there. But you know, that's not a major issue, but it is an issue. Like I said, I have a lot of friends playing on Xbox. I wish I was playing on Xbox with them, so things would go a little smoother. So I definitely hope they get that sorted out. I am glad that they do have crossplay in the game. I wish more games had crossplay. So big shout out to them for even having crossplay in the first place. If you would like to hang out with me while I play some games live, you can do so over on twitch.tv/OnThaSticks. I'm live every Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. So come hang out with me and my community as we play some games live. So then they went on to talk about all the issues they were facing with people's inventories and items and stuff like that getting wiped out. And I just want to show some appreciation for the players who have been here at the start of the game. And they went on to say, we would like to thank each and every one of you. Beyond just saying it, however, we would like to confirm that we are working on a small appreciation package for our launch window players. We are still working through the exact details of it, but our intentions are as follows. All players who played between March 31st and April 11th are eligible. Any players outside of the above windows, but for whom we have performed an automatic inventory right restoration, are also eligible. Your highest level character will receive a level appropriate legendary weapon, a level appropriate amount of titanium, the emote frustration, which is otherwise unobtainable at this moment in time. The irony here was not intentional, but it is fitting. That's pretty funny for that emote joint. That's pretty funny. These are our intentions, but these details are subject to change based on what is technically feasible for us to do. We're still determining when the appreciation package will be delivered. I like that idea to give a little token of appreciation to all the players here for the launch of the game and dealing with all the major problems, and are here trying to help you guys fix the problems and find the problems, you know. I appreciate that, but I'm sure some people will still complain about getting free stuff from them, you know. They're gonna say, I paid too much money for the game to be broken like this. It's gonna be people that's playing the game for free, well, technically free through Game Pass, that's gonna complain about it, saying they paid too much money for these problems. But you know what you're getting into with games like this, the multiplayer online games where they're always online, stuff like that. You knew every game has problems like this, and the fact that there's no offline way to play the game, even if you're playing solo, it's still online. So you guys should have known there was gonna be some issues. I was telling my community over on Twitch all week before the game came out, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some kind of server problems. They're gonna be like some bugs and some glitches at the start, but we still gonna push through and play. But it is what it is. They also went on to say, we believe that the rate of this bug appearing should be greatly reduced once the upcoming patch has been published. With crash fixes in place, we intend to run a one-off mass restoration. Here are our intentions for this restoration. Restoration should take place on a specific day and should be a one-time event. The exact date is to be chosen, but we're hoping for this to occur in the coming week or weeks. We will update you when we have confirmation of the date and timings. We will only be able to restore the most valuable tiers of items lost, such as epics or legendaries. So they're not really gonna worry about your commons and your uncommons, stuff that you shouldn't care about anyway. You know, we will be unlikely to restore an inventory full of blue gear. The restoration should be additive to your inventory. It should not replace your current inventory. Restore items may not be the exact same stats as the lost items. I think that'd be pretty hard to do, to have the exact item with the exact stats and perks and stuff that you had previously. That'd be kind of hard to do. And it's good to know that it won't replace what's in your current inventory. It'll just be added to it. Cause I know some people be worried. Do I need to have my inventory clear so my current loot doesn't get copied over? So it's good for them to point that out. So, you know, those are general fixes and stuff that everybody should be cool with and shouldn't really be upset about, have too many issues with. But then they get down to the notes that I know would have a lot of people upset. These notes right here will be what cause a lot of backlash to the game, and shoot, might even cause people to stop playing or play less, things like that. They came with some general balance notes that starts off with historian, bounty hunts, and monster hunts quests no longer grant legendary items for each subsequent completion. So, you know, people are farming these mission types because they know they can get legendary items over and over and over to get them all, or to get different ones, or to get different stats on them, stuff like that. So this right here is a nerf onto farming for a lot of people. Some of the things they said were, while rewarding players for completing all the historian, bounty hunt, and monster hunt quests is still our intention, we did observe unintended results when players repeated this activity in combination with a specific multiplayer bug. With this reward adjustment, we want to eliminate this exploit behavior while still making the quest line worth the effort. Players who have took advantage of this exploit will not be punished. I mean, it's good that people that did exploit it won't be punished, but because, you know, they shouldn't be punished for something in the game that they discovered. You know, you guys should have discovered it yourselves. Y'all should have discovered it in playtesting, but you know, they have so much going on. There's no way they can find all the bugs themselves. But yeah, it's cool that they won't punish people who did exploit it. Cause shoot, honestly, I would have exploited it myself if I had the time. I would have done the same. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do on these games like this to get that loot. I'm all about getting my loot, but yeah, it sucks that they're gonna nerf this method, but it's kind of good. You know, it'll help the lifespan of the game, make it a little bit harder to get those legendaries, and instead of making it seem like they handed out like candy to kids. So I can see both sides of that. So they went on to change some of the expedition times on the chem plant. They changed the times for gold, silver, and bronze, adjusted to 650, 1150, and 1500 seconds previously from 950, 1303, 1650. And for Boomtown, they changed it to 390, 589, and 776 when it was previously 422, 607, and 792. Some expeditions seem to be too generous in their required completion times when compared to others. We want to avoid such disproportionate discrepancies, as we believe making all expeditions viable leads to a more diverse and thus more interesting game. I haven't made it to the expedition section of the game myself. That's the end game content. So I'm not too sure how much more difficult they'll be with the new time adjustments. You know, you do want the end game content to be difficult. So I assume if it was too generous with the time, this will make it better. But like I said, me personally, I haven't played them yet to know if it legit was too generous, or it's just them cracking down on the people that's flying through the content with their different builds and different exploits and stuff like that. They reduced some of the critical rating damage multipliers on some weapons, like the tactical assault rifle. They reduced it to 165% when it was previously 175%. Critical rating damage multiplier on marksman rifle reduced to 250%, previously 300%. Marksman rifles with 300% crit rate showed up to be dominating multiple crit builds by making the modifier the same as a bolt action rifle. We want to offer players more options when choosing what guns to use. See, my only problem with stuff like this is I don't know why instead of nerfing the good stuff people are using or figured out or built up, why not just make the other stuff better? You know? You could just make other guns better instead of completely nerfing a certain gun. That's just my opinion though, you know. So, as if that wasn't enough, here's what's really probably gonna make some people upset and, you know, might make some people happy too. Apparently, you know, when games like this come out, when you have character builds, there will be people who will figure out the OP builds pretty quick because, you know, that's what folks do. They get on games and figure out what's overpowered and blast their way through the game. So a lot of people is using the bullet-based abilities builds and just doing hella damage. And I guess people were having too much fun being overpowered with them, so they had to come in and fix that. The post went on to say the main problem with this is that such bullet-based builds require much less investment to make them top tier compared to other builds, which I can see. You know, it doesn't take too much thought into specking into one of those bullet-based builds. I know I went through and did a slight one yesterday during my stream on Twitch, just to get through some of the content quicker, do more damage with my my trickster build. You know, I went to the twisted round skill and just added damage to my shooting and made sure I did my critical stuff, you know. So I could kind of see that. But at the same time, once again, instead of nerfing them to hell, why not make the other builds more viable? Boost up the other skills and the other perks, you know? Make them more usable. So some of the things they did to combat the skills being abused, they changed the base cooldown of twisted rounds from 16 seconds to 25 seconds. While infinite uptime on bullets ability was always our intention, it is intended to be high risk, high reward playstyle. However, given the current power of the skill, there is very little risk involved in this ability. I can attest to that. I really felt like there was no risk to using it yesterday, given its short cooldown. Even when the player fails to trigger ammo replenishment, increasing its cooldown in combination with adjusting its damage should increase the risk and may this playstyle a more thrilling experience. I don't want it to be more thrilling. I like killing everything just from shooting and not really having to worry about anything. So I feel like they could have left that the same, but who knows? I might play now with the changes and not really be affected by it. We'll see when I play later today. The Trickster's Hero Tree Node, Disruptive Fire Power, Scion of Power, Outrider, Executioner have had their power reduced to 35%, previously 50%. The combination of twisted rounds increase of firepower on top of the multipliers provided by the class tree led to huge increase of damage dealt by this ability. While we do understand the satisfaction of this kind of power can bring, it is currently vastly outperforming our wildest expectations, and therefore we need to bring it down a notch. See, that's what I want to feel on the game though. I want to feel overpowered. I want to fight a boss and be like, you know what? I fucked them up. That's what I want to feel, because you go through so many fights on this game, and that's how they do you, especially with the world tiers being higher and higher. The bosses can easily put you down super easy, so I like being able to put down a boss or any enemy for that matter super quick and feel like, yo, I'm running this shit. But hey, once again, instead of turning this down, why not turn something else up? Like with, for instance, the Devastator class, they don't have any rounds, bullet-based abilities to make them viable for the in-game content. Why not boost them up some kind of way? Make them have a crazy damage output build, you know? But hey, that's just me. The vulnerable status power reduced to 15% when it was previously 25%. The Technomancer Hero Tree Node damage against poison has had its power reduced to 15% when it was previously 30%. While the Technomancer's blighted rounds do not provide any damage increase on their own other than ignoring armor as anomaly damage. they do provide an excellent tool for spreading the vulnerable and toxic statuses, which in turn can scale out of proportion. Dang, I hate that they changed it too. I haven't really played with the Technomancer class, but I would have loved to have a super OP build doing that. The Pyromancer hero tree node, Trials of Ashes, have been reduced 15% extra damage, previously 30%. So, yeah, our first big info dump for the patch, upcoming patch. I think it might be live already by the time I'm done recording this joint, because I know they had a scheduled maintenance for the game. But yeah, I know them nerfing those builds and those guns are going to have a lot of people upset. Right now, I'm kind of upset about it, but I'm not like super upset about it. You know, I just figure out some other way to play it, or I might just continue to run the same build. Who knows? Because I haven't really legit got into it like most players probably have. But yeah, you know, it sucks when games do stuff like this. Take away from one thing instead of building the other stuff up. You know, you can still have these things be great. Just make other stuff great too, instead of taking away from one and still not doing anything to boost up the other stuff. Like Devastator still doesn't have anything super powerful for the end game, but you went in and nerfed some powerful stuff. So I feel like that was kind of pointless, especially in a PvE game. It's not like you're playing against other players and killing them. You're playing against computer enemies, killing them, you know? So I feel like that's kind of pointless, but hey, what do I know? So you guys let me know down in the comments how you feel about this first bit of patch notes for the game, first big update. Will this stop you from playing the game? Will it bring you back to the game? Will it make you go play something else? And do you feel like this will kill the game in any kind of way or lead to its demise? Shoot, for all we know, and that might see a big enough backlash to roll some of these numbers back or to switch them up again. You know, you never know. I feel like this balancing is not really balanced in my opinion. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about it down below in the comments. So if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends, and be sure to check back here daily for more content here at OnThaSticks. Thanks. This video today has been sponsored by patreon.com/OnThaSticks. For those of you that don't know what Patreon is, it's a platform that you can go to support your favorite content creators by signing up for the various tiers they may have set up over there. You go on their page, look at the different tiers, look at the different rewards, and you select which one best suits what you want to get back for your contribution. You know, you can give the minimum amount that they have on there, or you can give more, whatever your heart's desire. So thank you once again to everyone that's contributed to OnThaSticks Patreon and everyone that has in the past. So make sure you head over there, check it out, throw a couple of bucks our way, because it definitely helps keeps things going over here. Thanks, y'all.